Well, this should be fun. This should be real fun.
But Chet, you can't tighten it with a wrench. Why would you do that? He's quiet today.
I'm ready, but I have no idea what we're doing. I need the Swede. Where's the Swede?
We're just out here getting it done.
Do you need to seek medical attention?
I think so.
I might lose my temper.
That's a prostate.
You'll find out.
That didn't take much.
Chet Larson?
You never know what we're gonna get into, right, Dougal? You're in the rhubarb! I'm having fun. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited today. You know why? Well, you guys don't know, but I do know. He's finally back.
I'm back.
I've been here all by myself, either.
One day.
But it also feels bad because it's been the Christmas break, so really haven't gotten much done anyways this whole week. Dougal went home puking yesterday. He's sick. My wife is now sick. Tis the season, the holiday season, where everyone just gets together, and has a good time, and then goes home and everyone gets sick. On today's episode of Larson Farms, we're going to try to lose toes because this battery weighs 1,500 pounds in a shot, and we are getting a used one somewhere.
Used.
Now that is on rollers, so my thought is that we roll this out and try to get it on the forks. The problem is when she tilts down, we may need another machine to pull it onto the forks.
Don't drop, does it?
Well, it'll tilt, I would imagine, once she hits center of gravity. Are we gonna try this?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like it's been leaking acid everywhere. It scares me. Yep, there she's teetering. We know where it teeters, put it back in.
It ain't very far.
What if we get a pallet put under here, get the forklift and a chain, lift this side and drag it out on until it falls on a pallet?
I don't care.
That sounds like a maybe option. Looking for a pallet. So the weather has actually gotten up to, it's 36 out right now, which is, you know, not going to complain about the weather, but I am kind of sad that we lost the little bit of snow we did have on the yard for snow pushing, so we get to go through the whole trying to get the yard set up again. We like to have a nice base compacted down, which we did have. Oh, this is nice. And now it's warmed up. I think it's supposed to get up to 40 today, which is, like I said, not going to complain about it, but now the yard is all sloppy and wet again.
Whoa! Yeah. Okay, it's working. Go down a little bit. Okay. Whoa! Okay, go down. I don't really like that.
Are we through or what? It's not heavy?
It's not through. I don't want it to tip.
Tilt back.
Oh, go down.
What's happened?
Caught. Down. Okay, it's on the pallet.
No, it's on my fork. We got it stuck in there now. Oh!
I'll pick it up, we'll use the crane to readjust it.
I thought we told you to stay away.
We told you to stay home for an hour.
Better than ever.
Hey, we got your battery out.
Okay, get going.
That is hard to believe that is 1,500 pounds, but the way the fork was bending, I believe it. We'll put this in the back of your orange bomber and let you go.
It's not a bomber.
They even roll yet. I think half the problem is the low voltage that it's been receiving.
I would hope that fixes all the issues, yes.
So yesterday, Justin from Kibble, the guy that put the motor in this machine, or swapped the motors, was out and did a combine inspection. So that is, they sample all the oils on the machine, or a lot of them. Basically take a lot of stuff apart, spin bearing or spin shafts, check bearings, check idlers, check the rotor, took that out. The biggest thing that needs repairing, there's a few little things, but the biggest one being the front rotor bearing. While there is only one bearing, the back is a gearbox, but there's a bearing that holds the front of the rotor. And yeah, she's very sloppy, and when you spin the rotor you can hear it. So that'll be a fun project. That's maybe the biggest project on this, other than changing all the 400-hour service grease 400s and change engine oil, change all the hydraulic filters. There's a couple of, this one I think, nothing really that worries me too much. It does sound a little rough, this one also, but I think, and he thought it would be good for at least another season. There is an idler up there, Eric's favorite idler pulley to do. That one has to be done. That's very rough. So overall, Brody, I think most of the repairs to this machine were done in season.
In season.
I don't understand it, but yeah, there's like 2 bearings that actually need to be done. That one I just spun. The rotor bearing, that's a have to do. There is 1 belt maybe. I would say we're gonna skin by, realistically, less than $1,000 on this one for
I sure hope so.
an inspection, which is pretty good. I don't know. Do you add in the repairs that we did in season? Or do you just call that an in-season breakdown? Because then we're, you know, we're up there with that shaft that busted in half here, and the motor, that was not on our build, but it was definitely downtime. So next project on the list, this needs to be washed before we can finish servicing. All the outside bogey wheels have been changed. The inside are packed full of mud from our late tillage of spoils and stuff, and there's a big hydraulic oil leak up in there that we need to clean so that we can actually work on it, see where the leak is truly at, and not get totally covered in all that. So we're gonna get this out and in the wash bay. Not messing around. Right for the waiters.
The problem is, everything's too big for me. It's gonna be way too big.
We need different waders, though most of them all are shot and have holes in and leak around the boots. Taking suggestions on brand. Brody wants frog togs, whatever a frog tog is.
Frog togs. The waiter frog togs, not the ring suit frog togs. I had a pair.
Had?
Wrecked them. At the old job.
Oh, bye.
My nerve.
Do you need help? I've never seen someone struggle so bad.
My nerve.
I washed both trucks yesterday, Brody, and how do you avoid this problem?
You wash more?
Well, it came out of the strap.
You gotta wash the strap. You gotta sit at the strap for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I washed this whole side in 5 minutes.
Well, exactly. That's why it looks like the way it does.
Wow.
Lit you up. What kind of we got going on here? And you're leaving now?
I do.
I have to do this by myself?
I have to leave for
I'll have this whole quad
an
track.
hour. I gotta
I'll have
go.
this whole quad track done by the time you get back.
And then he's leaving at noon. It's gonna be one of these deals. You do all the fire.
They're too big! Who's this for?
The elastic is all not elasticy anymore. There's literally no elastic left. This is, you gotta put this one on the other side. You gotta cross it so it's a choker.
I'm thinking about getting a zip tie and zip tying this. Really?
Yeah, so me and Dad have to go meet with a guy for a little bit, and then Brody has to leave at noon.
11:30 actually.
11:30, so it's gonna be one of these. Brody's gonna start the job, and then when I get back, I'll finish the job?
I hope so.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave them with you, you can capture all of the fun underneath the quad.
You'll get back and be like, he hasn't did a dang thing. Well, this should be fun. This should be real fun. Oh, this is where I gotta go. You can't see right now because it's dark. This is where I gotta go to clean all of the oil that is dripping everywhere and the dirty nastiness. So we will try to get that clean, or the best we can, at least. It's definitely not gonna be a clean process. It's gonna get dirty and wet, I'm sure. And oh, look, it's already leaking more. I'd say I got it pretty clean, in my opinion. It's hard to get up into the little crevices up there, but I think it's pretty good. Good enough to be worked on, I think. Whew! Finally got that, and I hope. Now it's time to rinse it off with the big fire hose. Get that all clean. And then it's the final wash. Foam it, and then wash it. I usually start with the tracks or the underbody. I don't always do the underbody, only if there's a leak or something, but I usually rinse it off, do the tracks first, get them all clean, drive back and forth a couple times, get them as best as I can, and then I will foam the whole machine, scrub it, rinse it, spot free, and then it's done. It just takes time. Well, Rylan showed up, so that was nice. Randy's youngest boy. This is the tractor he ran, so he gets to be a part of washing it too. So we got the tracks all cleaned up pretty well. Rinsed out and machine rinsed off. Did the radiator. Got that rinsed out. That was dirty. Now it's just foam it and scrub it, but I have to go, so it's going to be him. And hopefully Chet shows up to help him scrub and do the finishing touches, because it's a lot of surface area to scrub, just one person. It's hard to keep up.
So Brody left and then left it all up to me and you now, huh? Yep. How many different people can we have wash one tractor? All right, we're gonna start with foaming and then scrubbing and then washing. So we're just gonna foam this side and then work on this side. He's quiet today. And there's the end result. The end result is always so satisfying. We worked 3 whole days this week.
I think I worked like 1.
This is the tractor he drove all fall on the 5225 Salford. It is so nice cleaning up equipment when it isn't full of mud. We often endure that. This makes washing a quad track that becomes a 1 to 2 day job, or more like a 2-day job, into if we would have focused on it today, an afternoon. So I believe the last 2 items, is it just 2? This to wash, obviously it's all ripped apart and we'll probably service it before we wash it. And then that tractor, 9530. I think the washing is pretty much caught up, besides obviously when we get trucking again, we tend to wash our semis many times during the winter time, because the road salt in Minnesota will pretty much eat up every wire, every light, all the frames. So we try to wash those on a regular basis when they're trucking. Once a week if it's, try to wash them before a weekend. So this is pretty interesting. Like I said, we had that inspected here yesterday, and he sent me over a bunch of paperwork that says all that he suggests fixing, replacing, changing oil in, filters, so on and so forth, all the wear components, all that. I have a list here, you know, part numbers, everything is all in here. So I really enjoy having the combines inspected. That is actually one thing I would never do, not have a combine inspection, for the simple reason of, you know, like that rotor bearing. Look, he even sends photos of the area, so that his terminology, or John Deere's terminology, something we may call different, but we know what he's talking about. So this bearing here, that one, we've had fail before. Could catch fire, stuff like that. You know, they know the spots to hit. They also know, they've been seeing this issue in 790s. We don't have any case this year, but we have had that in the past of, oh, we better look in this area. This is known to be a problem on said model. So that's, we don't really have our tractors inspected. We may do a couple this year, but for combines with how many wear items are on them, I really feel like it's a bang for a buck to have them come out, inspect the machine, look it over. Yeah, then the guys that work on these every day know where to look for the bad problems. And we generally do most of the repair. Obviously we can't do software, I wouldn't even want to. But for most of these components, I mean, it's pretty simple. If you've worked on any sorts of equipment in your life, it's pretty simple to replace bearings, belts, stuff like that. We got that. I gotta get some parts ordered, so we have something for next week. Hopefully we can work on this. That's kind of scary driving over that by yourself. But we got it. All right, oil change. So this thing was overhauled 1 year ago, actually. 12,000 miles on, so it's time for an oil change, severely. Well, I don't know about severely but we run 12 to 15,000 miles on these. So we're trying to maybe go down to 12,000, so I think we're at like 11,500, so it's time for a change. Oh, I remember this. We added a hose for ease because the petcock is right on the bar. That'll work. I guess we don't need that pan. Yeah. Hindsight. Put a pit in that's, what is this one? 30 feet long. Put in a 40-foot long pit. That's one thing that you don't consider. The ladder takes up at least 5, and then when you fold the hood down, it takes up another 5, so you lose 10 feet. It's not a very long truck comparing to some of the other trucks we have, so a lot of times you've got to have this thing completely over the pit, like the bumper. Makes it very inconvenient. Okay, brakes need to be set up, but they are all in excellent shape. Yes, I am going to tighten this with a wrench.
But Chet, you can't tighten it with a wrench. Why would you do that?
Because $30,000 engine, that comes loose. I'm not hand tightening filters. No, I'm not saying to go gorilla and crush the filter, but I think a little tighter than hand tight is, I think it's okay. So I got her drained while it was draining. So really slow petcock. I was greasing, so I greased everything I could grease from up here. Next is, you know, it might be a next week project. Grease the bottom half of the truck, but I greased everything from that I could reach from up here. Now we gotta go for 44 quarts of oil. She's on full and it's at 38. Filter holds about a gallon, so we'll keep pumping a little bit. Someone wrote 44 quarts on it, but I feel like that might be too much. We're good. Okay, I think I'm gonna let this sit and check this, finish greasing this Monday. Let that all settle back down out of the engine. Filter's filled now. I think we're good. We'll leave her at this. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, I please ask you to subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us, and give it a thumbs up. It helps YouTube push the video to others, and if you would, share the video or share to one friend. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next time.